This is the toughest and most hated crypto cycle to make it, friends. But first, let's enjoy this picture of Pikachu. Let's actually zoom in and enjoy this Pikachu with the rainbow and everything happening right here. Now, why is it one of the most toughest and hated crypto cycles? It's because you can't just like pick 5 coins to make it anymore. There's too many coins and too many sectors. There are, and a lot of them already exist, and man, there's a lot of bag holders, man, and there's a lot of market caps that have to be satisfied. Ethereum is now in its 3rd cycle curse. In the last cycle in 2021, Ethereum was only in its 2nd cycle. That is amazing. Cycle number 1, unicorn. Cycle number 2, one last pump, right? Now 3rd cycle curse. What happens next? Instead, right, we only have general concepts of coins that we can like spin around, right? Let me spin the helicopter hat for you. For example, friends, people will say, buy DeFi, buy memes, buy tech coins, buy layer 2 coins, buy zero knowledge, buy this. You know, each of those sectors, there's like 80 coins to choose from. Buy memes. Okay, which memes? Solana memes, Ethereum memes, Arbitrum memes, Matic memes, Avalanche, Telegram, PulseChain. Each of those chains, by the way, you have 20 coins. There's already a pool of 160. One category. One. Just one category. I haven't even talked about Coinbase. That's like 200 choice to choose from. Oh, man, that's just memes. What about gaming? What about DeFi? Okay, which DeFi? The DEX coins? The perps? DeFi 3.0? Clip Finance? Merging AI with liquidity-driven management, which is DeFi, AI and DeFi. It's tough, man. It's tough. We don't know the answer. No one knows the answer. I personally think we might just see what happened earlier this year repeat again, where everything goes up together. The highest risk has a lot of the winners, have a lot of the losers as well, and then everybody just has to accept wherever they are. You see, people are buying all the coin narrative things, thinking they're going to get a 100x. You're not going to get 100x, man. We already see you're going to get like 8 if you're going to get it. And then who's going to get the 100x? The people who took a lot of risk. But they're not all going to get 100x. For example, a lot of the PulseChain altcoins, you need PulseChain, the speed to go up, and then everything else to go up. But what if it's not PulseChain? What if it's like on Arbitrum? What if it's another random? What if it's linear exchange, linear chain, which is another layer 2 for Ethereum? It's tough, man. So in essence, friends, what I've basically described to you is altcoin dispersion. So basically, we've dispersed a lot of our mind share. Too many sectors, too many coins. Like, what do you actually need? But it's tough, man. So what's it going to come down to? Well, we're looking for the edge. You need an active community. We do. You need key information asymmetry. I've got a fluffy microphone. I know I have information asymmetry. Just to let you know, right? I know that if the bull market continues, I'm going to keep making 5 videos a day. And I can make whatever videos I want. And I will keep informing everyone, this community is empty, this room, this is small. Look what this other coin has done. We can literally just basically make our voices loud together. We can do that. But there's also key information asymmetry. Like we have, you know, PulseChain, you have the 170,000 ETH. There's Coinbase. We know they're going to make it easier for Bitcoin holders, for example, to swap in. So it's not a guarantee, by the way, but I just know that that's for me. Do you know anybody else out there? It'd be great, right? See, many other people that you and I can watch, they'll just leave, or they're going to like move chains, move coins, or and just go to wherever the highest payment is. Now, also why it's going to be a tough cycle, friends, is this guy. So shout out to this guy, bro. Someone's got to send me your coin ticker because I don't know it yet. Because obviously the backstory, friends, is you've probably seen it by now. I made a video here. Basically, I was in shock because this guy, he's smoking fentanyl on camera. He passes out. And then when he wakes up, I realize, bro, you have a bowl haircut? What is this bowl haircut? I'm not buying your coin. Now, I did not know you guys were going to send him the video. Next day, he freaking shaves it off. He pays a hooker, Candy. Shout out to Candy out here. I'm sure you're popular in the neighborhood. Candy shaves off his head. I still don't know his name. By the way, also, I almost fell off this squeaky chair laughing as well. One of you guys in the comment section was like, Damn, he's still smoking fentanyl? I'm like, bro, I think it's a bit harder to go cold turkey on something that is 100 times more potent than heroin. Just me. By the way, friends, obviously, these are very dangerous things. These literally, they chemically bond to the top of your spine. It literally actually sends something to the top of your spine and it's just like pinging your head. I need another hit. I need another hit over and over and over again. These are like extremely dangerous. I know we're having fun and laughing here, kind of like, but like, oh, come on, bro. Like, this is why it's like, okay, screw this guy. By the way, bro, give me a coin ticker. I think we got to buy a coin. We got to find out, bro. It's like, look at this effort. It's scary because smoking fentanyl on camera is not a top signal, which is making me have fear in my heart. Like, if this isn't a top signal, what's going to be a top signal, man? What's going to happen at the actual top? You're telling me, like, friends, if I just show you this chart as well, if you go back and you have a look at the total crypto market cap, we're around like 2 trillion, right? Little did we know, we're like if I told you, hey, a guy's going to come out, start launching coins, smoking fentanyl, oh, it is pretty much here, man. You're still at only 2 trillion. What's going to happen if, oh my gosh, maybe we won't get to 20, friends, but like, 8, 10, 12, that's going to be wild, man. Are we going to see like politicians do like really weird altcoin memeing stuff? That's going to be something for us to really, really think about. Now, speaking of politicians and governments of everything, friends, so you just had to see the psyops. I wanted to throw this in here. So next week, the United States, the buttholes of labor statistics, so they want, obviously they're very, very corrupt. They do see events. It's funny. Everyone quotes them, but your stats are all fake. They're all manipulated. All the numbers are cooked. So what happened was, you remember in 2022, they were raising rates. It's funny, they were raising rates, but with one hand, they were printing money as they continue to raise rates, okay? And in the other hand as well, the job numbers, they were overestimating them every month so that people don't panic and they don't know that jobs are being lost. So they were hiking rates to get inflation down, and they kept saying that they grew 300,000 jobs in the month. Do you remember when unemployment in 2022 kept blowing out to the upside? Well, they had to revise 13 out of 13 in a row, which is literally, they're cooking the books. There's literally an impossibility. How do you overestimate 300,000 jobs every month 13 times in a row? It's never before happened in history. So why they do that is they knew there would be political backlash if people got to see that the US Fed is now chopping away jobs just to get this inflation down. And you might wonder, when does the chicken come home to roost pretty much? How does that all play out? Well, now they have to revise everything down net, like almost 1 million jobs. And the answer as to where this is going, friends, is it's hiding the damage, because there will be a planned recession, a planned crisis thing. Something will come. And it will be more planned than people think, and you'll know by the response ready off the shelf. And what we're actually going to see is jobs will be lost, and then they will come in to look like the people with the rescue package. Politicians will come in and they'll say, hey, we have something right for you to fix all the problems. Don't worry about these banks and this financial crisis. Digital dollar, here's your stimulus. That's typical politician stuff. And it's not even a metaphor. They literally physically do this pretty much. They literally break your knees, and then when you're on the floor, they like help you up and they give you crutches. See, that's literally what they do, friends. Take a sledgehammer to your kneecaps. And you just be prepared for this psyops. That's what's happening right now. That's how everything works in the background. That's why no matter how good it looks, if we get 4-year cycle repeat and everything, don't trust them, man. Don't trust them. Bitcoin ETF, Ethereum ETF, there's going to be Trojan horsing around. They're probably going to try do self-custody ban. Friends, like, here's the thing. Even if Donald Trump is in, there are deep state people around him. There's a lot of deep state insiders. A lot. He can be fed like BS information. He can, from like 8 advisors. They're all deep stated. That's very, very possible to happen. Also, they can plan attacks on the crypto industry. They can hire like, useful idiots like a Soy Bankman-Fried. They can get people to do some nasty things and make it look like public opinion is asking for deeper regulation on self-custody bans. You know that, right? Friends, I'll give you one example. They can literally do an attack, say it was from Iran, and then leak out somehow, oh, Iran accepted the payments from crypto. Oh, That means crypto, there's a legal payment system going on the Bitcoin network. Golly gee, let's regulate everybody so you can't have self-custody. And they'll say, no, Bitcoin's not banned, right? You just have to play by the rules. Wink, wink, which is literally the government authority, government white checking. That's what it is. Now, here's the thing. Of course, they can't win, but you tell that to the new baby boomers and all the non-believers who are buying on the Bitcoin ETF, who are happy to sell the bottom and take big losses and are now demanding the government to ban crypto because they lost money, because they've never seen a 70% wipeout in Bitcoin, for example, which is like historically the best one. You see how it plays out, and I've been talking about this for literally 3 years. I've been like waiting for this moment for 3 years, but people who mid-curve it, they know what's coming, but then they hold back and they miss out the whole run. I know that to get to that point, they're printing money. They're printing money, they're debasing the currency, which means numbers going up, which means you have to hold their scarce assets. So that's what makes a good investor. You are balanced. You understand that, yeah, the whole thing's a Ponzi, it's going to collapse eventually, but I'm holding the scarce asset anyway because you know the response. Some people are going to make it, some people aren't, friends. Check out Max Keiser in 2014. Buying Bitcoin now means you have a chance to front-run Fortress and scores of other hedge funds and private equity funds coming into the market in 2014. So he continued to shield Bitcoin at $700 and $180. Imagine telling Max Keiser that you lost all your money because Bitcoin was down 85% from its top. So here I am into just like throwing shade on people who like want to be soy boys. Like, oh, I've lost. Yeah, and prices are down. You haven't lost. Like if you're going to have that attitude, you've lost everything. Okay. Oh, I'm dating a girl. She hasn't replied back to me in 4 hours. I've lost her. See, that's scarcity mindset. That's soy boy cuck stuff. It really is, friends. And those people don't make it. Well, from that point, Bitcoin went up 240x from the bear market low of that year. Still, it's up 240x from today. Okay. So even if your coins, here's the thing, man. Look, yeah, I'd love to come here and tell you your coin's going up 100x from today. I would love to tell you that. 200x because Bitcoin did. You know, all you got to do is hold another 10 years. I'd love to tell you that. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know. All I have is a helicopter hat. Okay, I've got very, very pointy elbows, and I have a spoon that can smash the bears. I can't guarantee that. I can't guarantee myself that anything. Okay, so what I've done is, I'm like, you know what? I'll divide that number by 10. 10 seems like a big wipeout enough. Even if your coins do 24x from here, it's a big win. By the way, that's a big win. Why? If Ethereum does 4 and you did 24, you're doing a 6 on whatever Ethereum does. You've literally murdered the whole industry. Murdered. Most of the industry is only going to do about a 2 on top of what Ethereum does. And if you're curious, if you're very, very new, take a seat over there, friends. You can see that on the others ETH ratio. Now, a lot of you, as my charts have become famous, it's the others BTC ratio, okay, which I basically mean into existence somehow. This is the others ETH ratio. So if you go back to 4 years ago, around, like November 2020, see, altcoins went about 85% on top of whatever Ethereum did, okay? Now, actually, from this distance, if you want to start from here, from the capitulation, it's like about a 2x, 120%. Let's say there's another 120% here. You get around there. That's a 2x. So what does that mean? It means whatever Ethereum does from now to the top, let's say it's 4. Whatever it does, the average altcoin in the top 100 is going to do 2 times 4. So Ethereum does 4, you'll do like an 8. So obviously in that 8, some are going to do 6, some are going to do 10, some are going to do 12. Something's going to do like a 50. You don't know what that's going to be. There's going to be a unicorn that might do 100, 1 or 2. But then the other like 98, all the distribution is pretty much going to even out to about an 8x from here. So you can kind of work this out unless crypto doesn't stop at like 10 trillion, unless we like keep going. Okay, so that's how you can like reverse engineer these numbers. But yeah, you are trying to predict the future, but after everything we've seen, how like there's a lot of altcoin dispersion and like a lot of the gains, there's been so many disappointments out here. Friends, you can still change your life, man. If you have invested 6 months of your living expenses cost, if you invest however much it costs you to live, right, 6 months of that, if you made a 24x on that, man, you don't have to work for 12 years. Then you're literally definitely retiring next cycle. You only need to make like a 2 or 3x. And you can live off the yield. Right, so that's a lot of people. They're like, hey, I don't want 6 months living expenses in. I'm gonna go like a year. I'm going all in on a year and I'm trying to make a 20x. But to get the 20x, you're not going to just be handing it out. You have to go deep value contrarian. And that's why we're going out here recruiting people in the power of friendship and kindness. I've seen price action you wouldn't believe. Catastrophic destruction of the last buying bull. The spirit totally wiped. Only for him to pick himself up and charge to the moon years later. Keep holding. So shout out to Richard's only brother, Shane Hart. Pretty much got this AI video. It's me and Takashi69. As you know, like Takashi follows me. It's kind of funny. He's actually got like only like 60 followers out here. Yeah. The actual like music rapper. It's kind of funny. So shout out to him. Shout out to everybody. If Takashi's listening, I know he's probably got no time out here. He's probably got like a harem of women around him. But yeah, I'm not here to use anybody out here. I'm not about that. I don't want anybody to shill a coin. I don't care about that. You've got 1,000 things going on. That's it, okay? You probably need people in your life who just want to say, hey, man, you're cool. We're cool. That's it. Hang out. We don't want anything from you. No expectations, literally. No pressure. Just chill out. I do believe, though, what comes in our future, friends, is the Tron chart. Tron has been absolutely beaming right now. Tron, friends, entered top 10, and it kicked out Cardanzo. Charles Hoskinson coin. So what's funny, though, is Tron, friends, you know what you actually do? So if you're curious, Sammy, how do you interpret things like this? What's the first thing you do when you see that? Well, what I will do, friends, is I will look at, let's say I'll look at the Tron versus Cardanzo ratio. So I'll manually construct it, which I am doing right now. So what I'm now going to do is I'm now going to show you, this is Tron Cardanzo. This is interesting, yeah? In 2021, look how much Cardanzo destroyed Tron. Look at this. So if you're holding Tron, this is zombie virus, right? Right here, okay? If you held Tron, look how much you lost against Cardanzo, 90%. Which what it means is Cardanzo ADA went up 10 times more than Tron. 10 times more from that point, okay? Now, it's coming back to mean revert. So we went down here, and now Tron is starting to move up. It's actually here. It's funny. It's actually mean reverting. And I've just quickly paused this video to make a post, friends, here. This is the ratio here. So it drops 90%, and now it's coming back. So that's, a lot of people want to know, like when I come across information that's like very, very new for me, I've just done that for you live. They're always very curious, want to see how I learn and stuff. Now, obviously, I don't give away all the secret sauce, friends. I can't. I'm pretty open and honest. There's nothing out here, man. It's just this different lenses, you know? But I've shown you that, right? So that's what I'll do. If people talk about these two coins, sweet. Let's chart them. Let's chart them. What can we gather? You just say, oh, well, it's just a matter of timing. It's actually mean reverted, right? So it goes back down, and now it's coming back up. It's actually back to the like 2018 levels, isn't it? Now, what I'm going to do now, friends, is actually show you like, oh, Tommy, please, is there another one we can look at? Yeah, there is, friends. If I can actually chart it right here. Their TradingView made it harder because they removed basically PulseChain. But there's I had the PulseChain to Solana ratio. And what I've done now, friends, is I've found actually one of the deleted and old data points which you need. Do you see, if you want to copy paste, you just have to pause the video and then copy this. This is the actual win. You see how it starts with Uniswap 3 Ethereum? So that is the, basically, that's the Pulse ticker that you want. So what I'll do is I'm now going to show you, there you go. That what we're looking at is Pulse, but that's dividing it by ETH, right? So what I want to do is I can go back and I can type in SOLUSD. I can move it down. And now I have basically PulseChain versus Solana. There it is. And as you can see, obviously it got absolutely tanked like everything else. It is down, bang, 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 bang. It's down 96%, okay? So this is PLS ETH. This is, sorry, PLS to Sol. So I can actually write that here. Just so you know, this is Pulse Sol. So obviously, Solana people, they're never going to rotate out. No one ever does this. No one ever does the dream rotation. Like imagine, friends, you sold Cardanzo to go buy Tron. You see how, friends, remember, catching fart in a jar is very, very twice. Like catching lightning in a jar twice. You can catch it once. Once, it's still tough. But twice, oh, nearly impossible. That's buying and selling tops all the time consistently. And that's why, like, imagine, man, you have to pick Tron out of all of them. See how tough it is? It's very, very tough. Now, what you're hoping this does is, if you come down here, you're hoping this thing does, I mean, that's so vertical down. You're hoping it does a rotation up like that. How much would that be though? That would be, this is an enormous move. Actually, not really. It would be 15x. Is that possible? Yes, but actually look what it looks like on a linear chart, friends. It's actually not that good, because what this means, what it unfortunately means is, if we never get back here, friends, it means the best thing to do on the PulseChain launch was literally to dump it and go into Solana. That's right. If you never come back, remember Solana was like 16 bucksy. So if we don't come up here, then yeah, it was pretty much, you underperformed Sol. It was pretty much it. But you know, you can't be perfect at everything out. You have no idea. You know, you got to have a bird in the bush, at least one in your hand. But this number will still be big if we can go up here, maybe being able to DCA. Trust me, every coin looks like that as well. Like for example, Polkadot, that's never going to catch up to Solana as well. So the dot sol ratio, that's pretty much switched. Oh, you never know, man. Actually, you never know. I'll never write anything off. We've seen enough things where they pretty much tricked you, right? Make you think it's over. Learn this lesson, right? So this Tron chart, right? See how it starts walking up? When a layer 1 chain coin rises, people go and make meme coins and altcoins on the chain. So that's what we're seeing right now. Tron goes up, people making meme coins on there. All of them, rugs, dumping, yes, thieving, no real communities, except we get it. But they try. They're not going and making tech stuff. They're opening the casino more. They keep doing that. Just think about it, man. See, friends, you're not dreaming about buying a coin and it going 30x because retailers are coming and buy it, unless it's a meme coin. Think about it. Who the hell's going to buy Arbitrum up to $80 billion? It's written all over there. It's tough for people to admit that. In 2012, we discovered Bitcoin proof of work forking. In 2016, we discovered smart contract platforms from Ethereum. In 2020, we discovered Uniswap. So we've discovered a use case product market fit in each of the four Bitcoin halvings, 3 Bitcoin halvings. Now we're on the 4th one. Now we're in 2024. What did we discover this year? We discovered meme coins. We discovered people want to put networks from the real world, communities, memes, they want to stamp them onto the blockchain. That's what we've discovered. And it's very controversial. No one wants to admit it because it's like, it's not a nice feeling, is it? When people say, well, we just want to put meme coins on there because people are thinking, hey, where's the next Uniswap level of tech? I don't know, man. I'm not going to argue with it. Yeah, there's a casino. There's a lot of rugging out here, but that's the discovery of the use case. Like, I don't argue with it. That's why, friends, you know, when people say it's rubbish, it doesn't work or whatever, I hear all the influencers talking like this. I'm like, bro, you've literally done no research, man. You're literally guessing. You're literally guessing, and you have guessed wrong for the past 18 months. You've been wrong every single time. They don't know about ratios. They have no idea about relative value. They just say, this is going to do great because I believe in it. And I look at them and I'm like, look, man, you're a nice guy, you're a nice girl, but you have not looked at everything else. You are in your own little bubble. I literally have seen everything. And I'm like, oh, I have infinite choice. Where do I go? It's like, friends, you walk into an ice cream store. Yeah, there's 8 flavors. You tried all the flavors. One guy's like, oh, I just want chocolate. You're like, hey, man, have you tried the mango and the cream on that? Well, you haven't tried that. I tried all of them. Maybe you have to like serve ice cream at a ballroom. You're like, I want the best ice cream. Not just for me. You see, it's the same thing here. And it's very, very tough for everyone to admit, but I feel comfortable about that. I love the uncertainty. I love that there are no answers. I love that there are so many people countering this opinion. It's not even an opinion, man. It's like, hey, man, we've observed something, and we're not even making this stuff up. It's not saying, I think this will happen. It's not that. It's no. People are in meme coins. They've stamped community culture onto the blockchain. Meme coins went up 14x this year. If your coin sector went up 14x this year and everything else went up 2x, you would be telling everybody that you're right. That's what they were doing. And I know this, friends, gaming, metaverse, NFTs, layer 1, layer 2, real world assets, AI. If your average coin up there went up 14x this year, you would all be saying, you should all FOMO rotate into my bags now. What did we see? What did we see instead? Look at this. Meme coins went up 14x. Look at everything else, friends. Look at this. 3.5x, 3x, 2x, 0.8. 0.7, 0.6, 0.4, not even a 2x, bro. Like, this is 14. You know how off the charts this is, friends? Just to show you what it like looks like. If you were to draw like a rectangle, okay, Meme coins are up here. Okay, meme coins have done this. Next one has done like this, and then it's like that. Okay, it's literally like that. That's a returns. Okay, and they're basically saying you are a fluke up here. You know your giant returns. You mean nothing. You should come to my bags down here. That's what literally everyone's saying. Look, I hope you're right, man. Because like, for you, I'm just saying. What do you do, man? What do you do? Like, I'm not here to convince anyone of everyone. I don't want to pick this. It would be so much nicer to pick VC-backed coins and like all these other DeFi stuff. It'd be nicer and easier because they look legit, don't they? But what's the market telling us, man? They're telling us that they're smarter than us. How? How are they telling us they're smarter than us, friends? Well, people have learned collective market of the wisdom. Fiat currency is trash. When the money print is on, they must seek more risk, more reward to get back more currency units because the currency units keep basically disintegrating to zero. They have to just throw their money out there. It's end of stage fiat stuff. So people are seeking more and more risk. They're really going to throw themselves anyway because inflation's too high. Because they're printing 7% of the money supply per year. So if something is compounding 7% against you, you have to take more and more and more risk over time. Versus if it was just 1%. If we're on a gold standard and we only go up at 2% per year, which is the gold money supply in the world, versus 7%, that's a huge difference. I mean, I'll just give you an example, okay? If you do 7% compounded for 10 years, that's a 2x, okay? So you've lost half your purchasing power. But if you did 2% compounded for 10 years, that's only 21%. That's wild. So basically, you have lost, in 7%, you've lost 50% of your purchasing power in 10 years. If you're on gold, you only lost 20%. You see that difference? That's stretching. And that's why when you're on that Fiat Standard, people are coming in and naturally, without knowing, friends, remember, if you ask individual people, they don't know they're doing this. It's just, you can see this happening, man. Okay? You can see this happening. You're like, well, you are watching houses, stocks, everything go up at hypersonic speeds. You can't afford to think about 30 years safe investing. You can't afford to think about that. You're too poor relative to everybody else. You couldn't buy the boomer assets. You can't afford to wait 30 years to buy the S&P 500 and DCA every week so you can retire. You can't afford that. All they have is like $6,000 to their name. You see? Yeah, you do see, friends. That's pretty much it. That's why we are starting to see this stuff coming in. Is this a reflection of that? Or is just product market fit in crypto? Who cares? I just showed you the data. You gonna argue with that? I'm not gonna argue with that. I'm like, okay, well, when a new tech sector comes in, I'll be the first one in it. You will too. Where are they though? They're not there? Okay, sweet. We just stay on board. Stay on board. Where's the new tech sector? By the way, when the new tech sector comes in, no one's gonna give a shit about your layer 2 coins, your layer 1 coins, reward assets, AI, NFTs, gaming, metaverse. You're gonna be old. You're gonna be older than meme coins. You're gonna be the oldest thing. Why the hell is somebody going to come buy your privacy coin if there's a hot new Uniswap level tech sector? They're not. So no matter how you spin it, friends, it's like, okay, we stay turbo long risk. We stay turbo long. If some new tech comes out and we get inspired, we pivot. Is it coming out right now? No. By this point, in 2020, 2016, and 2012, by this point, the discovery product market fit was already made in crypto in each of the 3 cycles, okay? 2012, 2016, 2020. We already had Bitcoin forks happening in 2012. We already had Ethereum was released in 2016 and smart contract platforms, right? It was starting to launch ICOs and stuff. In 2020, we already had Uniswap by this point right now in the cycle. We're now going to enter that final also. So reverse engineer it. What does that mean? It means whatever is the tech discovery, we've already made it. Look at this vertical line. I have the logos here, friends, for a reason. Okay, look at this Bitcoin. See this Bitcoin logo? Bitcoin forks. See this Ethereum logo? Ethereum was the unicorn here. See this one here? Okay, we have Uniswap and we have like Chainlink as well. So it's primarily Uniswap. Okay, what's this 4th one here? What do we have? You tell me. Do we put Pepe and Doge? Pepe and Dog we've had? It's tough, isn't it? I like it this way though, because when people figure it out, it might be too late, which means they're going to be really aggressive with their size. Think about what happens to somebody when they hear a billionaire like Richard Hart is FOMO pumping his own bags and they haven't made it anywhere else in the other cycles, in the other narratives, anything on here. What do? They're going to come bridge in. They're going to go really hard, man. They're going to go really hard, friends. That's why I'm really preparing everyone. Like, hey, PulseChain PLS is 20x undervalued to Cardanzo. Based on the total number of users, we're like 6 to 8x undervalued today. By the way, that's enormous. Other coins are like undervalued 50% or 2x. We're like 8x undervalued based off Bitcoin and Ethereum price today. 8x. Huge. What do you think is going to happen if they reprice higher? People are going to be chasing in harder. You see how it all comes together? Like, subscribe, catch you in the next one.